welcome back to another episode of Why I Hate This Movie. I'm your host, Derek Rios, and joined today, as always, with my heterosexual life mate and my co-host, Danny Newton. Say hi, Danny.
Hello, Derek. How are you?
I am fine. Today we're talking about one of John Woo's movies.
Yes.
Face Off.
Yes.
Face Off. With John Travolta and Nicolas Cage.
Yep.
Pretty famous movie. Came out in 1997.
I did not enjoy this.
Really? Is this your first time seeing this?
It's not my first time seeing it, but my first time seeing it was so long ago, I honestly didn't remember anything about it.
Yeah, I forgot how long this movie was. It definitely felt a lot longer than it was, but it's a silly, over-the-top 90s action movie. That's entertaining.
Oh, man.
But
it's pretty not good.
I guess that's one way to describe it.
Yeah.
So, just starting off, we open up with John Travolta. He's at a merry-go-round with his son, and we have just laying in an open field, what looks like a few feet away.
Yes.
Is Nicolas Cage with a sniper.
He shoots him and kills his son.
Yep. Oh, we also are immediately introduced to the face swipe.
Yeah.
By John Travolta. For some reason,
This is fucking weird.
Yes. Well,
this is so weird. If somebody walked up to me and tried to run their hand down my face, I might punch them.
It's not. I think it's supposed to be like an Indian kiss.
No, it's like what blind people do.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be some type of like spiritual thing like that, right? But
please don't touch my face. It's weird. It is weird.
It's not like a greeting. It's something he does to his loved ones. And the only thing I can think of is
he does this to people in real life, though.
Yes. Yeah. That's the thing.
Right.
And yeah. I don't. Yeah. It's really strange.
Yeah.
But it works for the movie.
You know,
it kind of works for the movie.
Like I said, I didn't really remember much about this movie at all.
Mm-hmm.
And going back and watching this now, it just makes me realize that my entire life I've been living a lie, because my entire life I've been thinking, man, Nicolas Cage is the weird one, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, John Travolta is a fucking weirdo. This movie made me really not like John Travolta.
So it's quite unique in the prospect that you have each of them trying to interpret the other person.
Yeah.
And yeah,
when John Travolta is being himself,
yeah,
I hate him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When John Travolta is trying to be Nick Cage, I like him a little more, but I still don't like him because he's John Travolta. Right? But I can't say the same thing about Nicolas Cage. When he's being himself and all out there, I fucking love it. When he's trying to pretend to be John Travolta, I still love it.
It's quite entertaining. But yeah, he just plays this psychopath. Mm-hmm. And then when he's Travolta, he plays just almost like a crybaby, emotional drama queen.
Yeah. Like, it's so weird. It's such a weird movie. So
this was originally supposed to be set in the future, which makes sense because this technology doesn't exist now.
Yeah. To an extent, some of this stuff does exist.
Yeah. There's been face transplant, but
was 3D printing a thing when this movie came out?
Not quite.
Because they can do laboratory 3D part printing now.
I think it was on manufacturing level. No one owned 3D printers. But yeah, it shows like a little 3D printer in there. It shows a laser printer in the movie.
All right. So what's happening in this movie is John Travolta is an FBI agent, right?
So that's where it picks up 6 years later.
Yeah.
It jumped 6 years.
I'm not sure why Nick Cage had to kill him.
We get no backstory.
I'm sure it was a hired assassin job, because all of his jobs are hired jobs. He's not doing it for the lulz, right? No. But
we assume that, but we have no idea what his occupation is.
Yeah.
He's just a bad guy. He's a generic bad guy, and he's obviously just a crazy person.
He said that the bomb plant was like a $10 million job, right? Yeah. They literally said that.
Yeah.
So he's getting paid to do these things. Mm-hmm. He's not just doing it straight up for the shits and the giggles.
But he also said that other people got paid and he didn't.
Yeah. Maybe he just doesn't feel like he was paid enough.
Yeah.
But John Travolta's character doesn't seem like he would be ranking high up enough to warrant an assassination attempt.
He's high enough that he has his own office.
Yeah.
He's he's
a task force leader, but he's not like he's the head of the FBI. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm sure obviously they have beef and he's come after him or something enough to where
that could be.
Enough
because
to where that
we see later that he's obviously arrested a bunch of people over his career.
He's arrested people that Cage knows.
Yeah. So the job is to assassinate him. It fails.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it shouldn't have. He sent a fucking slug straight through him.
It says it was an inch to the right of his heart.
But it was 100% in the center of his child's brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor little Michael.
Yeah. I didn't even remember his name.
I think it was Michael.
Yeah. Well, he had his unbirthday in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. This movie moves very quickly.
It does. And it doesn't bother to explain things.
No, it just throws you in full speed. So after this time jump, it immediately goes to Nick Cage planning this bomb in it looks like...
It says it's the LA Convention Center.
A convention center, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a choir. It's an international choir, youth choir going on.
Yeah.
So get this. It's a youth choir.
Yeah.
And he's a priest.
Yeah.
Walking through there, acting insane. And then he goes over and fondles a girl in the choir.
Yeah. And
she has to be a youth.
She's just cool with it too.
Yeah. This is a child.
Uh-huh.
This has to be a child.
Well,
she's on the youth choir. Like all those are children.
She looks older than the other ones.
So I don't care for actors older. I'm saying there's a lot. His character is a child molester in this movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You agree with me, right?
I agree with that.
He also molests Travolta's kid, who's also a high school child.
He doesn't, though.
He does.
How?
He licks her at the end.
Well, that's different.
And he also gropes her in the middle of it.
Well, that's when we're already in a fucking gunfight trying to kill everybody around him, so why the fuck not? But all the opportunities he had to straight up molest her, he did not.
He almost.
Just because he says sexually suggestive things, he didn't do any of them. Besides, it's not his kid.
I understand that, but I'm saying she's still a child.
I understand what you're saying. He actually goes out of his way. He's actually a better father than Travolta.
He probably is a better dad than Travolta is.
Yeah, because he goes out of his way to be like...
Give her a knife.
He tells her exactly how to defend herself with this knife. And he gives her the sage advice. You dress like that, you're going to get fucking weirdos hitting on you, right?
Yeah.
Don't do it if that's not what you want.
And he's like, yeah, you have protection on you, which is a knife. And
he's like, I don't give a fuck if you smoke or not. Here you go. Have a cigarette.
That's probably not the best parenting advice, but
this is not as good as the hard drugs he does. But
he was there makes him a better father than Travolta was.
Yep.
So
his wife actually likes.
Yeah. Probably likes Cage more.
Yes. But the central core of this movie, I can't suspend my disbelief and enjoy.
So they're playing this bomb, and then Nicolas Cage, who's Castor Troy,
yes,
goes and meets his brother at the airport, who's Pollux Troy.
Yes,
which is he special? I can't tell. I think he's like autistic.
I think so
because he can't tie his own shoe.
Right, but he's genius level.
But he's like a genius bomb builder or something like that, right?
He's
it's so weird. So
it's like Elon Musk. He's on the spectrum.
Yeah, Elon Musk has like Asperger's though. He's socially awkward.
Oh well.
Yeah, they get on this plane, and you get the most awkward line ever, where Cage asks the stewardess if he'd like her to suck his tongue.
Yeah, well, he smells her perfume.
Mm-hmm.
And starts calling her Peaches. But then again, He calls every woman that throughout this entire fucking movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it had to do with her perfume. But he's like, yeah, how would you like to suck my tongue? I'm just like, I didn't think that's where you're going with that, but okay.
It's a rated R movie.
Yeah.
But maybe originally it was suck my dick, and then it was like, nah, we can't go that far.
But
and
man,
changed it?
She fucking hops on it and snap of fingers.
Maybe this works. I don't know. I'll have to try it out.
I don't think.
My next waitress, I'm going to stewardess.
How would you like to suck my... Get off the fucking plane.
You're right. Oh, good. And the whole time, she gets on his lap and starts sucking his tongue.
Yeah.
And his brother is just over in the corner just jerking off.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I do like the working relationship he has with his henchmen. He doesn't abuse his henchmen.
No.
He doesn't. He pays the ones at the airport. And it was just like, hey, why don't you just be out of town this day? The weather's not going to be very agreeable.
He didn't pay them, though.
Did he not?
No.
Well, he dangled the money in front of him. Oh, it's because...
they messed up. He didn't protect his brother from himself.
Yeah, that's right.
Because the brother ended up paying for the airplane, which causes the FBI to find out.
Yeah.
So they raid the airfield as they're taking off.
Oh, my God. This is like...
I felt like I was watching
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that's what
I was going to say.
Maybe Fast and Furious copied this scene.
Maybe.
So we have the FBI shows up and we get a car chase. Sorry, they're chasing this plane down.
He was going to suicide himself into the front wheel of this plane, by the way.
Yeah.
Until he saw the other FBI agent that he already knew was on the plane, by the way.
Yeah.
So he's willing to kill her if he couldn't see her.
Well, it wouldn't kill her. It'd stop the plane. It wouldn't kill her, right? It just stopped the plane.
I doubt that would stop the plane, though.
It would. So if it didn't have enough momentum, taking out the landing gear, it would nosedive the plane and it would stop the forward momentum, right?
Yeah.
So he turns off because he points a gun at it's Winters, is the female. The stewardess was a soldier. Yeah. He turns off and he ends up fucking shooting her anyways.
Yeah.
And throwing her out. So he stops and then he hops in a helicopter and then chases down the airplane.
Am I right to feel like all these scenes looked bad, by the way?
I mean, it's just old. It's just a 90s movie. I don't know. It's just, that's all it is.
Yeah, but I didn't like the way this movie looked.
Yeah, it's just an older movie, man. I don't understand how a helicopter caught up to that airplane before it took off.
I mean, everybody knows helicopters are faster than planes, Derek.
Oh. Is that how forward momentum works?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he did say, why haven't you taken off yet? And then shoots the guy.
For not taking off.
Well, yeah, because there was a helicopter on the propeller. Do
you think wing. A 9mm could blow a fucking jet engine out like that?
No.
I don't think so either.
No. But you know what? I mean, birds have done it. But that is a bird. They are quite big, quite a bit bigger.
There's more bird to get caught up in it.
Yeah, but the 9mm is going through faster.
Yeah, it would have to be hitting the blades with enough force to break them off. I don't think just putting a bullet hole in it would do it. It would literally need to be breaking one of the fan blades.
I mean, I guess if you hit it right and it broke the fan, but yeah, it's possible, I guess. But I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so either.
But I know birds have taken out jet engines and stuff like that, like seagulls and shit like that.
Yeah.
It was definitely quite the chase scene.
He chases him down. He takes his 9mm out. He shoots out the jet engines that are full of fireworks, apparently. Because they don't just look like fireworks. They make the firework noise.
Well, this is every 90s movie. Every action 90s movie, if you shoot something, it's gotta explode.
It sounds like bottle rockets, obviously.
It's gotta explode.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it exploding.
Yeah.
I have a problem with it sounding exactly like fireworks when it explodes.
I mean, let me explode you. See what it sounds like.
It probably doesn't sound like a bottle rocket.
It might. There's only one way to find out.
Oh, jeez.
So he crashes into a hangar.
Yes.
And then we get
this full of barrels of jet fuel that don't automatically explode.
Surprisingly.
The glass explodes when he goes through it.
Yeah.
But not the jet fuel.
Well, if the whole thing exploded, then he'd just die, right?
Right.
We get this. This scene's really weird where it's just Nicolas Cage shooting people, and every time he's about to shoot someone, John Travolta it's FBI agents about to shoot Nicolas Cage, and John Travolta runs at them, knocks him down, like, get out, and ends up getting them killed pretty much.
Dude.
Get down!
It's not that people are shooting each other in this movie. People are throwing themselves at each other to be shot in this movie. There's so many FBI agents that fucking just throw themselves upon the guns of their enemy. It's
literally that no one could ever possibly take out Castor Troy except for Travolta's character.
Yes.
Which is
Archer.
Yeah, Archer. Sean Archer. He's the only person that could ever possibly take him down. Anyone that ever points a gun at him, he immediately tackles him.
The way he captures him in this scene, though, is just completely fucking stupid. There is just a jet engine running in this warehouse.
Well, it's not running. It gets turned on by accident while they're fighting.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you see it while they're fighting, they hit something and it hit a switch and it gets turned on.
But it's going for a minute.
It is. Travolta ends up kicking Cage into it.
Yeah. And then he hits the afterburner on it.
Yep.
These planes don't have afterburners. They're just compression engines.
He just turns it out high, bro. He fucking turns it up and just blows them into a fence. Which, you know what? Looks like the least painful thing that happens to him in this movie. And it puts him in a coma. He's dead.
Yeah.
Elvis left the building.
Yeah. They literally said he was brain dead, but apparently that's just something you can sleep off.
Yeah. Well, when you cut someone's face off, it wakes you out of a
I guess.
So then we get where the main plot of the movie. So there's this, well, not to say plot, but
they figure out that he planted a bomb.
Yeah. They find out he plants a bomb and they can't get any of his crew to talk or his brother. So the FBI comes up. I'm sorry, not the FBI.
Yeah.
A couple of people in the FBI.
These people are probably CIA.
You think they would be CIA. But some small part of the FBI is just like, hey, I got this great idea. You look nothing alike or have any bodybuild type of this guy, John Travolta versus Nicolas Cage. How about we turn you into him and send you in undercover?
Dude, the straight up logistics that you would have to do to make this happen is ridiculous. You would have to change somebody's entire skeletal structure from top to bottom.
Which, they're only a couple inches apart in height.
Yeah. But their physical build isn't.
Their physical build is completely different. Even their faces
are completely different. Their face structure is completely different.
And the description is completely insane.
And even if you could do this, let's just say that you can do this.
It's not reversible. It's not reversible.
Why would this still be easier than just making a mask? You ever watch fucking Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
How is this easier than just making a mask?
Yeah. We're going to completely rebuild your entire
physique from the ground up.
And it's fine because we can reverse it later by just flipping a switch that we won't explain.
We're going to do this to you. Not only is this ridiculous enough, but we're going to put you in this Guantanamo-esque prison that doesn't exist. The guards straight up say, you don't exist here. We can fucking abuse you anytime we want.
Yep.
If that's the case, why not just torture the brother?
Yeah.
You fucking waterboard him enough times, he'll probably say something. I know.
Apparently, that's not the way they work.
You shove enough bamboo shoots under somebody's fingernails, they'll talk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Fucking true lies. Why don't I just pump him full of truth serum? Right?
You think this is the only way, Danny. Everything else has been done. This is the only way. We're going to take these 3D laser printers and they show it. And of course, this is before, you got to think, they're using like old school Apple computers and stuff.
Yeah.
This is before even Windows 98.
Yeah. And they are precision making parts, dude.
Yeah. He says, we'll simply connect all the muscles, the tear ducts, and the nerve endings to each other.
Yeah.
When we swap your faces.
Yeah. Yeah, he says that with a straight face. He says all those things.
And then why wouldn't they tell people? Why wouldn't they tell anyone else in the FBI that they're doing this?
Just anybody else. I understand.
It's not like they're worried about a mole. Why wouldn't they tell their boss?
Maybe it would be a bridge too far for the FBI director, but still, why wouldn't you let somebody else know? Right?
They're like, okay, these 3 people are fine.
But then again, everybody would know. Because this doctor's not doing it on his own. He has an entire lab full of fucking people working on this.
They didn't murder everyone in the lab.
No. They... It's so fucking stupid.
So, for some reason, he's like, yeah, I guess this is a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh, nobody would say yes to this.
No one in their right mind. But, he has lots of trauma. And he needs to face his demons.
Right. So...
by becoming his demon.
They surgically implant Castor Troy's face onto Archer.
Which they actually made a fake model of them.
Yeah. They did.
They actually made models and like surgically cut their faces off and stuff. And had them laying on the table and stuff. It actually looked pretty decent.
It's just, they didn't... This is a rated R film.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
So... We've seen other rated R films that had people that were like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Any of them. The central plot is like they have to consume people to get their skin back or whatever. But before that, they're just fucking skeletons and muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we've seen this kind of thing before. This is a rated R film and it didn't lean into that.
Well, apparently Nicolas Cage wouldn't go on set because he didn't want to see... He didn't want to put all the stuff on his face to look like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I was noticing that in the scenes where he wakes up from his coma, all the side shots and stuff, you can actually see his face.
You can.
A little.
But,
right?
So they had to remove all the mirrors and stuff off the set for the scene.
He wasn't wearing a mask for his scene.
No. It was all makeup.
Just the camera was behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I can't buy it. That's what kills this movie right here and now. I can't buy this. I cannot.
It's over the top, but whatever. I can buy it.
But the one thing John Woo did right here with this concept, he turned Archer into the bad guy.
So this is the reason.
And I like that because after this, I don't like John Travolta. I don't remember hating John Travolta, but if I had remembered this movie, I'd be like, oh yeah, fuck John Travolta.
So... John Travolta's a Scientologist, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah.
I mean,
but,
so is Tom Cruise.
So, yeah, this is where the movie gets good. Okay, now you have Cage, who he wasn't going to do this movie because they told him he's going to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
But then they told him, like, but you're going to be the good guy for most of the movie after we swap your face. And so then he's like, oh, okay, I'll do it then. But, so... It's not that, okay, this is Nicolas Cage pretending to be John Travolta.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just that. This is Nicolas Cage pretending to be John Travolta, who's also trying to do an impression of
a good guy.
Of Nicolas Cage's character. And vice versa.
Yeah.
So you're following me?
Oh my God.
So it's he thinks he's doing Travolta's character of what Travolta thinks his character is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, makes my brain hurt.
So it's fantastic.
Yeah, but God, man, this movie, it really did. It just made me fucking hate Travolta. It did.
I don't have a problem with Travolta. I've seen enough of Travolta's movies. I understand how he acts and what who he is. It's fine. No, I'm sure he's not like that as a person. I'm sure he's a weird person in general, like most actors. Most really big actors are weird in general. I'm sure I would be a weird person too, but whatever.
So he goes to prison.
Yep. So he goes through the surgery. He goes to prison.
Yeah.
And this prison it's underneath.
Well, we don't know that.
I mean, We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. But we don't know that this prison is located under a fucking derelict oil platform.
Yep, it's an oil platform.
On the bottom of the ocean?
Yep, I guess off the coast.
Yeah.
And they have magnetic boots. Which, did you recognize these boots?
They seem familiar, but I didn't recognize them offhand.
These are the boots the Goombas wear from Super Mario Brothers.
Oh my God. Oh my God, they are.
Yep.
Fuck me.
It's great. So their exercise time is they just walk in an awkward circle around the lunchroom cafeteria, which seems to be the only room in the building.
Yeah.
Because I guess they couldn't afford to do another room. So they just awkwardly walk around because I guess they told them, oh, your boots are magnetic. I'm sure these boots have to be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is in this scene is just really weird.
Yeah.
Although he kicks pretty
and they
well.
never take your boots off.
No. Well, the only time they take your boots off is when
it's torture time.
It's torture time. Electric shock therapy. So there's actually they throw in quite a few pretty big actors in this scene. I don't know if you paid attention. I mean, overall in the movie, there's actually quite a few decent actors. But this scene particularly, I noticed quite a few people in this in the prison here.
The other guy that the tech guy was hanging out with, I know he's somebody. I just can't remember who.
The guy there, the long hair guy is Thomas Jane, which is the Punisher.
Danny Masterson is Carl?
Yeah. Later on, the guy that's sexually harassing the daughter is Danny Masterson from that 70s show.
Yeah, that didn't age well. I think he just become that guy in real life. Yeah. Which he is also a Scientologist. And I think he was excommunicated from the church for sexual allegations and charges.
Also, Dubov is the big brute guy there.
Yeah.
That's Chris Boyer. He was in True Blood. He plays Andy in True Blood, and also Wild Bill from Hills. If you watch Hills, I really enjoyed Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Wild Bill is pretty fantastic in that. A couple of the cops, couple of FBI agents are noticeable. You had Margaret Cho back when before she got sexy, before she went back when she was fat, and now she's a lot more attractive now. Tito was Robert Wisdom. I think probably one of the best actors in the movie. Actor/actress was Joan Allen, which was Travolta's wife.
Yeah.
Eve Archer. I thought she did a wonderful job. She has to deal with just two crazy people pretending to be different crazy people the entire movie.
Yeah.
And I thought she actually she had a really good performance.
I thought she did really well. I liked her character probably the most out of any of these. Her character seemed very relatable. She was just the professional who is also a housewife, who is also tired of her husband's bullshit all the time. There was definitely more stuff going on with his character other than he just couldn't separate himself from the job. Well, now I get he lost his son, but she's constantly telling him, hey, you still got a family here to worry about. That's kind of what matters now.
I mean, when you're swiping your family's face, then you got issues, right?
Yeah. Fucking God, weirdo.
So the prison did you catch the name of the prison?
No.
It's actually was Erewhon. It's EREWHON.
Yeah.
Which is an anagram for nowhere.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of
cool.
neat.
That's cool.
Erewhon. Yeah.
I don't understand the structure of this prison because it is an oil platform, but there is a prison attached to it somehow. All I can think is it's got to be an elevator shaft that goes down to like a dome structure or something.
I don't know. I'm sure that they filmed this all somewhere else and they just thought it looked like a really cool location to be like, oh, we'll just do it on oil rig where it comes up. Oh, it's just high-tech security.
Apparently it's real easy to escape from this place.
Well, it doesn't take much. So here's the big plot twist. Castor Troy wakes up.
Yeah.
Out of his coma. Mm-hmm. And he's completely unrestrained. So he wakes up, no face, and he calls in his goons. They pick up the doc, and I guess the doc rats out the two FBI agents. So he gets the doc to like fix him up.
Yep.
And turns him into Archer.
But the thing is, man, it took days to turn Archer into Castor.
You would think, but apparently the recovery, it said days, but I don't know. It
would normally take weeks of recovery. Now only takes days because of our advanced anti-inflammatory medication. I'm just like, I don't care how many fucking ibuprofens you give this guy. It's still going to take more than a couple of days to recover from your face being ripped off and put back on.
So my whole problem with it is, you remember a few years back the story where the woman got her face ripped off by a monkey? Yeah. All I'm saying is she got her face reconstructed, and I don't know if you've seen her face,
but it is horrific.
It is horrific. And if that's the level of the technology we have, it is nowhere near the capability of what this movie had over 20 years ago.
Close to 30 years ago now. Yeah.
25.
God, dog. Not getting sidetracked. Could you imagine a monkey fucking beating you conscious and ripping your face off?
No.
Oh, God.
He kind of just wished for death.
I think there's some things that would make you just go straight insane, right?
Yeah.
I think that having your face completely swapped for somebody else's would be one of those things. Would really make you go insane.
Honestly, I mean, Cage, I felt like did a decent job of kind of playing where he would have the scenes where he was struggling with the identity of that. Oh, he is still Archer.
Yes.
And kind of going insane. Because you would, like, because this is your enemy. This is the guy who murdered your son, and you just hate with every fiber of your being. And for some reason, you chose to become him.
This movie did nothing to try to make the cops, the good guys, or sympathetic.
Oh, no. No, the cops are like towards the end of the movie, I was like, I think the cops are the bad guys in this movie.
Yeah.
Because once Travolta takes over, as Castor takes over as Travolta's character, Archer, all the FBI are just immediately bad guys. Or they're just like on his payroll, it feels like.
Yeah.
Because even though he's not the leader of the head of the FBI or whatever, they just apparently do whatever he wants without question. Even to the point where they just start firing upon civilians and the women and children.
Yeah.
For no reason. Except for they told him to. Or he told him to.
See, what bothers me as well is, so for that scene you're talking about, he knew his kid was there. And he somewhat is supposed to give a shit about his own kid.
He doesn't know it's his kid.
Oh, he doesn't?
No.
Okay, well, that makes more sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking open up, kill them all, I don't give a shit.
So, which it doesn't make sense to me. So, we'll get to that. All right.
Okay.
So, Castor breaks out. The first thing he does is he torches the only people that knew. And he gets his brother out. And he's like, oh, I'm going to cut a deal with my brother or whatever, or with Pollux.
Yeah.
And he goes and visits Castor and tells him, like, hey, guess what? I'm going to go fuck your wife. And he does. And then he goes and he gets his brother and he comes up with the idea, oh, we're going to go disable this bomb. And
it'll make me a fucking national hero. Yep. I'll shoot to the top of the FBI. And how much more money could we make if I was in a position like that?
Yep. Which I guess is a fine idea.
Yeah. He does not have the personality type to enable himself to go deep state and institutionalized. You know what I mean? So
no, because he's a crazy person.
It's a bad idea for him.
Yeah.
So
the more spotlights on him, the worse, because he's pretty insane, right?
Yes.
Which again, I thought Travolta did a pretty good job playing a crazy Nick Cage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, I can't fault either of them.
Well, I mean, it's because Travolta's a terrible person. He was being more himself.
Oh. I did watch some interviews, and Nicolas Cage struggled trying to be Travolta, but Travolta said it was pretty easy doing Cage. I guess Cage has more of a nuance. It's a lot. He has more. Cage has a similarity. He's always the same, right?
Yeah. He is the character.
Yeah. And Travolta has, I guess, I wouldn't say that much more range, but he's a little more vanilla.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to pin Travolta.
I think what it is it's hard for Nick Cage to be boring.
Oh.
Because Travolta is boring.
Mm.
And this really, it made that stand out in my mind of how fucking boring Travolta actually is. Because I never really thought about it before, but like He's a boring fucking guy in Pulp Fiction, right? He's a boring fucking guy in Battlefield Earth, even though Battlefield Earth fucking sucked. It should have been when they're... He tends to just be a boring fucking person. I don't know how this guy's an action star.
He was good in Pulp Fiction.
I guess.
He was greedy in Pulp Fiction.
Not really. Pulp Fiction was good because Samuel L. Jackson was with him.
Nah, he was good in it. He was still good in it.
I don't like Travolta after this. I just don't.
Watch City of Angels.
Ugh, I don't want to.
You want to see... Wait, was that Cage? Shit. No, yeah, that was Cage. Watch... Travolta did Michael.
When I think about it...
Michael was an angel. Phenomenon was interesting.
When I think about it, Broken Arrow sucked.
Yeah.
Travolta just sucks. He just sucks. His movies are shit. How is he like the pinnacle of action stars? Because that's what this movie was.
Honestly, he's done more. I enjoyed a lot of newer Travolta stuff too. But he did Grease, right? And that's what everyone's like. Okay, he's Grease, right?
Yeah, that was a shit movie too.
I didn't like Grease. But then again, I don't like musicals. So
no, I don't have anything against musicals, but I'm sure I don't have fond memories of John Travolta in Grease.
I don't have fond memories of anyone in Grease. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Please don't.
Tell me more. How big was his cock?
Oh my God.
Yeah, so while Travolta, aka Archer, well, that's gonna be hard. While Cage is rising to power, as Travolta.
Yes. Let's just say Travolta. I'm sure everybody knows.
Bad Travolta.
Yeah.
Now he's
Evil
bad.
Travolta.
Evil Travolta.
There you go.
Is rising to power.
Yeah.
You got good Cage.
Also rising to power in the criminal underground.
Oh, yeah. So he breaks out.
Yeah.
He comes up with this dumb scheme where it's like, oh, I can get my shoes off and when they go to shock me. So he gets thrown in there.
Yeah.
And he, right after Dubov is getting shocked.
Beats up somebody. He beats up a guard over a cigarette.
Yep.
And then when they're strapping him into the chair, he asks for a light and the guard lights his cigarette. Why?
Because, I don't know. Why not?
Yeah. This is going to suck for you. Might as well go ahead and smoke it and enjoy it.
Yeah. It's going to kill him anyway, so.
No, it didn't kill the other guy.
Well, no. Let's say the cigarette's going to kill him.
Oh.
I guess Dubov, while he's in his stupor, is telling him the truth.
Yeah, he's like,
he gets out of it.
He says,
Wild
I
Bill.
didn't sleep with your wife and your mom or some shit like that.
Which, because he didn't, technically. It was his wife and his sister.
Yeah.
It was which apparently, when he got thrown in, he had a sandwich, a 3-way sandwich that he forgot about because that's not him. Yeah. That was actually Castor. So yeah, he uses him and then he dies, whatever, and escaping. As a good Cage gets out, he goes up and there's a helicopter.
John Woo went out of his way to think about this.
Yep.
Went out of his way to make us feel bad for this convict who is probably in here for all the right reasons, right? Who we just watched shoot and kill a bunch of guards.
These guards probably aren't good either, though, right?
I mean, they're supposed to be.
Nah, they're probably sexually harassing these inmates anyways.
And John Woo went out of his way to make us feel sorry for this guy when he falls to his death.
Yeah.
But then turn around and makes us fucking hate the cops who are just trying to do their job and apprehend this terrorist that fucking escaped from prison.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
That's reality, bro.
That's fucked.
So he gets up to the top of this oil rig and there's a helicopter. So Cage jumps off and he's dead. Cool. Move on. The FBI is just like, I guess he's dead. He jumped into the water. That's like every movie trope.
He come up to breathe over there. He didn't have a fucking breathing apparatus on him.
Yeah, he's like, we're in the middle of nowhere. You can literally see the island right over there.
Yeah, there's land right over there.
Yep, he's dead. He's in the water.
Nope, but there's land.
There's sharks in that water.
Oh, well, valid point.
I don't understand. Anyone jumps in the water in any movie ever, it's like, oh, that's the end of the chase scene. Let's give up on that shit.
It's just a magical thing. It's kind of like the floor is lava.
Yeah.
But, water is safety, I guess. I don't know.
I'll remember that. If I'm ever being chased by the cops, I'll just jump in the creek.
Just jump in the river.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Like, I'm in the water now. You can't see me.
They definitely won't wait for you just to swim out. They're not going to go in after you.
Yeah.
They'll just wait.
Yeah.
They'll scoop you out afterwards.
So Cage goes to Castor's old crew.
Yes.
And
that I like.
Yeah.
By the way.
So this is where it gets kind of weird. We find out the love interest that Castor Troy had.
Mm-hmm.
And has a son. The main henchman there that takes him in and they do drugs and shit together.
Yeah.
The bald guy.
Yeah.
And he has a few henchmen that are cool. I like them too, right? But what's their relationship? The henchman and the love interest there.
They're together.
They are?
Yes.
Wrong.
Are they not?
That's her brother.
No.
Yep.
Is it?
She says twice in this movie, that's my brother.
I thought that they were together.
They make out like they're together.
Holy shit, they do.
But she also says, that's my brother.
Does she?
Yep.
Because I thought that was supposed to be her boyfriend love interest, actual.
That's what I thought
that
too.
Everybody thinks that kid is his.
But no. They clearly state a few times that, oh, that's my sister. Oh, okay, watch out for my brother or whatever. And but then she goes out and says, "Oh,
do you think John Woo just forgot?
I don't know.
Partway through shooting this,
I have no idea.
Changed because maybe at one point it was one way and one point it was the other way.
Mm-hmm.
But they only had so much budget that they had to chop something together out of the mix of it.
Maybe it was something where we don't want to throw this child at Archer's character.
Yeah.
Because Archer is he's already dealing with the trauma. And maybe there's two versions of the movie where one was, oh, this kid isn't actually Cage's and we're not going to have him end up with Archer. And but maybe the way we ended up with the movie was this. We find out that this child was actually Castor Troy's kid, even though he doesn't know. She doesn't tell him until, I don't know why now, but she comes out and tells him while they were talking. He does the weird face swipe and then starts calling him Michael, and she kind of gets weirded out.
Yeah. And
they don't have time to really go over it because the FBI shows up and starts shooting up the place.
God, it's so fucking weird. I didn't even realize that.
They make out, but it was clearly stated that was her brother.
See, yeah, I for some reason, I did not remember that. All I remembered was, they're making out. They're obviously a couple.
Yeah, Sasha was her name.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the henchman's name.
I can't either, but I liked him.
Yeah, he was cool.
I really liked him.
Yeah.
But like everybody else, he was too willing to throw himself directly at the guns of his enemies.
Well, he saved the child.
Yes.
So at least he went out noble. More noble than any of these fucking pigs.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is where I was like, these fucking FBI agents are the bad guys in this movie. Because they just come in and start unloading into this room. And they know there's a child in here. They can clearly see there's a woman and child.
Yes.
And they just do not care. I don't care. Like, you still get orders. You're still a human being.
Yeah.
I don't care if your boss is like, kill all these people. They're baddies. They're still a child. But you know what? They'll just sweep it on the rug, I guess.
So one thing I thought that was going to happen, because when all this is going down, good Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Doesn't kill that FBI agent. He rips his mask off.
Yep.
And recognizes him and then says, I can't remember what he said to him, but he said something to him and then just knocks him out.
Yeah.
And I thought that would come back into play later. Nope. Nope.
It does, kind of. It does at the end of the movie where he's alive when he shows up at the end and the wife calls and tells Margaret Cho's character that, oh, you're not going to believe this. And she shows up and he's there. So he's like, okay, I know that it's you.
Yeah.
So I guess he was like, okay, that's the only reason that Castor Troy wouldn't kill me.
Yeah.
So that it's obviously this story, this insane story is true somehow. But yeah, so it doesn't play into the plot, but it does kind of come up later.
And he was a good guy because he was the only FBI agent to just point his weapon and just say, drop the kid.
Yeah. Not trying to shoot and murder the child. The rest of them are just faceless henchmen.
Jesus Christ, dude.
This is pretty much what the FBI is in real life. They're all just trying to just arrest Trump and bring down the country and govern our lives.
Yeah. Amen.
Amen.
Go ahead. You preach it, brother.
They're all commies.
Uh-huh. Radical leftist FBI agents, I tell you what.
Yep. Ain't taking my guns.
Nope. Anyways. I just, they treat FBI agents like faceless bad guys, and they really shouldn't be. Yeah. It should have been, like you said, because we already know that evil Travolta is evil Travolta. We know that as the audience. Mm-hmm. And this should have been the turning point where the rest of the good guys start realizing that evil Travolta is evil Travolta, and the walls start closing in around him, right?
Yeah. Because
as soon as he gives this order to just wholesale slaughter everybody in this building, they should just kind of look at him like, what? Are you what? That's not our job.
But to turn around, he gets commended for it.
They shouldn't just do it.
Like literally right? All these FBI agents die except for 2.
Yeah.
And he gets an award. They're like, oh, great job fucking taking down this crime ring.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're doing fucking great. But even the boss is upset. But everyone else is like, you did, good job. You did amazing.
Christ.
Good work. It's like, no, he just slaughtered half of your unit.
Yeah. Oh my God, these people are so stupid. Like,
and he literally, one of the guys walks in and is like, what are you doing there, boss? And he shoots him in the fucking head.
Yeah. What if somebody else would have been left alive to see that? He's basically like, what are you crying for Pollux for? He's a fucking criminal.
Yeah.
Blah.
Oh, yeah, we forgot that part. So, Pollux is there watching. He's jerking off, I guess, again.
For reasons. Well, he's an FBI technical advisor now.
He's a technical advisor, yeah.
He's already moved up the chain.
He was watching, he was keeping track of his old crew for Castor Troy.
Yeah.
For some reason, he couldn't have anyone else do this. It was Pollux. He's like, yep, he showed up, brother.
Yep.
Come on over and take him down. Archer finds him and throws him down off a building.
Throws him through a fucking skylight.
Yep. And,
yep.
So he dies, so.
Yep, that dude's dead. So sad.
Castor ties his shoe one last time.
Yep. Character development. Anyways.
I did like the sequence where, so they put the headset on the kid and it's playing Over the Rainbow.
Yeah.
The bald henchman like winks at the kid as he's just sitting there murdering people. And you just listen to Over the Rainbow. Like it's not going to traumatize this kid for life.
I felt so bad for Henchman.
Why? He's making out with his sister.
He's just like, he's right though. He's like, man, my place is getting fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, you had a nice place here.
Yeah, it's all drug money. It's all drug money.
So he earned it.
I guess.
He got out there.
I don't know what they do. They never explain what they fucking do. Besides plant bombs and kill one FBI guy.
Bad guy stuff, okay? He does bad guy stuff, but he earned.
Bad guy stuff looks like it pays pretty well.
It does, apparently. I don't know.
I'm in the wrong business.
Can I put that on my LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Looking for a job, bad guy stuff.
Yeah. Let it be known. Anyone looking for bad guy stuff, just hit me up. Just email me.
Yeah, it can't be that hard to launder money.
Yeah, I saw a whole show about it. It worked out real well for him in the end. Not for anyone else around him, but it worked out real well for the family.
God. But
they all got super rich and famous.
Yeah. So the bad guys all die. And by the bad guys, I mean the FBI agents.
Yep. So
and the good guys also all die. By the good guys, I mean the criminals and gangsters.
Yep. So Castor goes back.
Castor Troy is just the Joker.
He is. But the Joker would never pretend to be something he's not.
Then again, the Joker would also never actually be pretty decent to his henchmen.
No, that he wouldn't.
Which I thought that was pretty uncharacteristic. Because bad guy Travolta should have been treating the FBI goons as his henchmen. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he executed that guy seemed out of character because that guy is definitely one of his henchmen now.
No, he actually brings in two of his actual henchmen.
Yeah.
The guy with the scars on his face. The Scottish guy. He was in like Braveheart and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. That guy was one of
his actual henchmen.
His actual henchmen. Yeah. And the other one with him. And he literally just brings him in. He's just walking around with him as his FBI agents now.
Yeah.
Like, the FBI is questioning this? It's like,
no.
Hey, I think that guy's a bad guy. Like, surely these people know who this person is. They've been chasing, their division's been hunting him down for so long now. They probably know all of his associates.
Yeah.
They've arrested half of them. So he goes back and he's in the office upset because his brother died and shit. And the boss comes in and is like berating him. Yeah. So he's just like breaks his boss's neck or whatever. And
his
like,
boss starts having a fucking heart attack or something and he finishes the job.
Was it? Did he start having a heart attack?
Yes.
He looked like he was upset.
He was.
And he just beat his head in. And he was like, oh, we had a heart attack. Call somebody.
Yeah.
And he murdered him. So now he's going to be the head of FBI.
Yep. Apparently. You kill the king and become the king.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hear that's how it works in England.
Yep. Job opportunity.
Oh, Prince Henry. You mean King Henry now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Long live the king.
Yep. All these people are too stupid. All these people are too stupid.
So Archer goes and tells his wife that it's him.
Yeah.
And of course she freaks out because this is the guy that murdered her son.
Yeah.
But all he had to do was face swipe her. This is where it works out. The creepiness of the face swipe works out in the movie because he's the only fucking person in the world that would be weird enough to do this. That she would know instantly that once he did this, like,
it's that fucking weirdo.
This is my husband. I don't know why I married him, but this is my husband because he's the only person in the world that does this.
The fact that he literally in his speech to her said, I didn't realize you were a vegetarian. Right?
Yeah.
When they went on their first date. And then bad Travolta literally made surf and turf lobster dinner and shit for her. That should have been a tip off.
There's a lot of things.
But then, the fact that he actually gave a shit enough to sweet talk her and like rub her feet for her and stuff, that should have been a tip off too.
Yeah.
This isn't the piece of shit I married.
Maybe she was just so grateful someone was paying attention to her that she just didn't even care.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like, I don't know what kind of medications he's on or what kind of alien possessed his body, but I'm just happy that someone's paying attention to me and I'm getting a little bit of D.
They morph everything. They have to morph everything, right?
Yeah.
What if like Travolta had a really long dick and then they had to morph into a really short dick? That's what I was going to say.
I was going to bring it up in the movie. I was going to bring it up at the end. Did they change his penis? They had to have changed his penis too.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that?
They had to have. They had to have. And why would they have Travolta's dick on file for whenever Castor Troy becomes Archer?
They even went to the point where they removed the bullet wound scar from Archer.
Because if not, then whenever he has sex with Archer's wife, wouldn't Archer's wife just be like, oh my God, your dick is 3 inches longer than it normally is?
Yeah. Or something. Yeah. You would think like, oh, why is your penis not circumcised or some shit? Like something like that. Like
she wouldn't notice.
Yeah, it's like, oh, your penis is different. Or, yeah, because they went through the detail enough to change. They removed the bullet hole off of Archer.
Yeah.
Even though when they were going to, he was like, oh, I need you to replace that bullet hole whenever you change it back. And then at the end of the movie, he grew enough that he didn't need the bullet hole anymore. Which to me was like, what, are they going to fucking shoot him in the chest again to get the bullet wound back? Like, how do you re-scar a bullet hole? None of the surgery makes sense. It's all.
Oh my God. It makes it. I can't enjoy the movie. It's so stupid that I can't enjoy the movie. Whenever you look at like the futuristic shit going on in Demolition Man, it's enough futuristic shit that it's enjoyable and laughable. The fact that he has to cuss into the fucking ticket machine, get enough penny tickets.
But the difference is it's supposed to be the future.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be 1997 present year.
Yeah. Fuck me, dude. It's just this movie's bad. This movie fucking sucks. This
movie is really entertaining. It's funny. It's ridiculous. It's got good action. Although a lot of the roles don't make sense.
Did you like the boat chase scene? No. No. I hated the boat chase. The ending shootout in the church. You know what would have made the ending shootout better? If it still
more doves.
More doves. If it would have took place in a crowded church.
Really?
Yeah.
More bystanders get shot?
I mean, it would have made sense. Right?
No.
Like, why would he wait till all these people are gone? That's not what Castor Troy does.
Because it wasn't Castor Troy? Archer was the one waiting.
He tipped him off during the funeral service. Castor Troy would not wait.
Well, I mean, he also doesn't want to blow his cover.
He's already fucking blown it. He massacred half the FBI.
He hasn't blown his cover. He's about to become the boss. He's literally about to be promoted.
Oh, Jesus.
He states this.
Oh, my God. Oh, this movie's so painful.
So, they have a funeral, and we get the final little shootout where Nick Cage and Travolta shoot out, and there's a couple of henchmen. Sasha shows up. They have a little standoff.
Yeah.
Sasha dies. And
he was not winning this gunfight without Sasha.
No. But she dies. She's like, take care of our son. And I guess Archer, who is being played by Cage at this point still.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, yeah, I'm going to take care of that kid.
He made a life pact with her.
Yeah.
Right there at the end.
Yep. It's like, okay, you're right. I'm going to take care of that kid. And sure enough, at the end of the movie, he's like, I found this kid.
Hey, abducted this drug dealer's kid.
I don't know who he's staying with. Obviously a relative, but his mother's dead and his uncle.
And he's very traumatized.
His brother, father.
Because he just watched like 300 FBI agents get gunned down.
And his mother and brother make out, or uncle make out.
He'll probably never be able to listen to Over the Rainbow again. He'll probably start crying and freak out and have murder fits.
I'm sure he's gonna be a normal kid.
Yes.
They probably just renamed him to Michael. He's the same age as Michael was when he died.
Kid just grows up to shoot up his school.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Didn't see it coming.
They also, when Archer tells his wife that, it's me, and she actually believes him, they do the blood test. Because that's the only way. The only thing they said is they can't change the blood types. Right. That's the only way to tell the difference.
I'm surprised they just didn't change out their bone marrow. Why couldn't they just change out their bone marrow and then pump out all their blood and pump in new blood? And
she actually says a line that kind of blew me away. Up until this point, how long do you think the movie span? From the face changing, for pretty much the entire movie, where they go in, Castor Troy, and do the face change, and to where they have the final shootout.
The only thing that makes sense, months.
Okay,
months. At least 2-3 months.
Okay, that's how long you would guess. 2 or 3 months.
Yes,
1 week.
No. No. The
wife literally says, "I have been living with this guy for 1 week.
No. Because it took him like a week to recover from the surgery, Travolta.
1 week.
No. That's not possible. Not by even their own logic, it's not possible.
It didn't. No, it took him a few hours to recover.
No.
It's literally been 1 week. This entire movie is spanned.
So bad. This movie sucks so much.
So maybe a little over a week. So it was a week and a couple of days, right? Because he went missing for a day or two, right?
Oh,
and then he showed back up. Castor Troy showed up as him. So she was living with him as Castor Troy for 1 week.
Oh my God, dude. This is such bad writing. Even for a dumb action movie, this writing is so fucking bad.
I don't think John Woo was really the best known for his writing. He was an action star guy.
The fact that sitting here, we can't determine if the bad guys were brother and sister or lovers.
No, they were definitely brother and sisters. They just also might have been lovers.
God, this movie's so bad.
Hey, you like that guy.
Oh, I do like that guy. I do fucking like that guy. Because that guy...
You probably like the Lannisters, too.
That is a cool guy. Everything he says is cool.
Yeah.
He literally has a line where he walks up to him and is like, why you look like that for, man? You look like you just fucked your own mother. I've never heard this line before. Ever. That's great. This dude is great. He's such a likable henchman.
So we had this big shootout. Sasha dies. Castor runs down to the docks.
Yeah. Well, before that, he took his daughter, grabbed her up.
Yeah.
Because she just happened to be there because the other henchman showed up with her. They showed us the scene where bad Travolta is talking to the daughter, hands her the knife, tells her how to take somebody down with it.
Yeah.
And then
he shows her how to, defend herself, and she uses it against him.
Yeah. They give us that.
Yeah. Even while he's licking her, even though it's her dad, but she's kind of confused and probably a little turned on.
I mean, she did seem like she wouldn't be that opposed to it if he was grabbing more than cigarettes off her desk.
Yeah.
This kid's got fucking issues.
She's probably, I mean, she was dressed kind of like a whore around the house.
Yeah.
Acting out. You never took me on any merry-go-rounds. There was obviously a favorite child. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man.
She just didn't get the attention that Michael got.
Well, she also didn't get the lead poisoning that Michael got either. Yeah.
I don't think it was the poisoning that killed him. But, yeah, she stabs him in the leg.
Yeah.
And twists.
Uh-huh.
They run off.
Yeah, opening up the femoral artery right there. He should not have been able to do this chase as long as he did.
Well, didn't she also shot her dad, though, right?
Yeah. She did.
She shot the dad in the shoulder, too. But it was funny because Castor was like, no daughter of mine would ever shot that wide. Yeah, he runs off to the docks, and there's just a guy on a boat gassing up his fucking boat and getting ready to go out. Nice day of fishing. And he just jumps on the boat. Instead of like kicking off the boat, he just unloads a clip of this. This is like an MP5 into this guy.
Yeah.
You know, I know it shows them reloading the guns a couple times, but it doesn't show them having extra clips on them. And these guns just go beyond infinite rounds.
He is aimbotting with this thing.
That too.
So during the boat chase, the police boat.
Yeah, the police boat.
The police boat pulls up on him.
Shreds it like it's a fucking minigun. Like a patrol boat, a harbor patrol boat rolls up and is like, hey, stop. And he shreds it with it's a fucking MP5.
Yeah.
And it's like a minigun goes off and shreds this police boat.
He kills like 5 people.
Yep.
At a good range.
He never reloads. He doesn't have an extra clip. Puts like 500 rounds. This gun has like a 500 round clip in it. Poor boat guy.
Well, boat guy's dead. Just like my soul. Anyways. After a bad boat chase and they do the Star Wars speeder bike thing, and the good guy jumps onto the same boat as the bad guy, and they're fighting around and stuff. Then the boat hits a dry dock complex and flips through the air, ejecting them both into their death. By the way,
nah, just land on sand.
They would have fucking died.
Nah, they land on sand.
I don't care. They would have died.
Nah, these are superheroes, bro.
They have their little final showdown.
He spear guns him.
Yep, he stabs him in the other leg with the spear gun tip.
Which is pretty good because he fires a spear gun and Castor grabs it and stops it from firing. And before...
Instead of just reaching over and stabbing him in the chest or something...
He starts cutting his face up.
Yeah. He already accepts the fact that he's going to lose here.
He's already accepted.
Mutilating the face that Travolta's going to get back.
I'm going to lose. I'm going to die. Fuck you. I'm going to ruin this face.
Yeah.
He starts scarring it up. And then he gets shot with a spear gun. Which it didn't matter anyways because he just face plants it. And they're going to remove all those scars or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if they can create scars and remove scars, if they can change your entire skeletal structure, then
They literally rebuilt his skeletal cage.
Yes. Oh, God. This makes my brain hurt. This does.
So they had to cut Travolta's hair.
Yeah.
To match Nicolas Cage's hair.
And they did that whilst his face was an entire open wound.
But going the other way around, you can't... What would they have to do?
They
plugs?
Shove more hair into his head?
He's not wearing a wig.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
It doesn't show Travolta's surgery at all.
Oh,
or sorry, Cage's surgery to turn into Travolta. It's almost like they just swapped actors and didn't actually do the experiment.
You know why we had this movie? I will tell you exactly why. Because the people who wrote this thing were not as smart as the people who wrote Mission Impossible and just come up with the concept of a machine that makes an instant mask for you. Is why we had this movie.
Surely there was movies that had rubber masks before this. Or before
we had
Mission
to be
Impossible.
This technical and convoluted because nobody could think of something simple. That's why this fucking movie exists. This movie sucks dick. This movie's real bad.
This movie is not that bad. I've seen worse. Definitely seen worse. But we get the typical, in the church action scene, we get the typical doves from all the John Woo movies.
Well, it wasn't just doves. It started out with seagulls.
Mm-hmm.
Then at some point, the seagulls morphed into doves. Yeah, why not? John Woo just sucks, right?
He didn't suck. He was just of his time. If that was you then, that was just how he made movies. I mean, he did Mission Impossible too. That was John Woo. So you talk about removing face. There you go. Like, it's the same concept. I mean, Mission Impossible 2 might have been one of the worst ones, but still.
I didn't have a good time watching this. I mean, even just thinking about it, I hated thinking about it. I've said it multiple times. But even just when I was watching it, actively watching it, I just didn't enjoy it at all. There was a couple, like I said, there was a couple of the bad guy characters I did enjoy. But overall, I didn't like any of these people at all. I didn't care if any of them died because they're all pieces of shit.
I don't know. I thought it was really entertaining watching them portray each other and trying to pretend what they thought the other person would do in their shoes. And I thought they did a decent job. I thought the wife did a good job. I thought the movie was overall entertaining. It had decent action scenes. It was a good 90s action movie. Like, I can't hate it. It was entertaining.
Man.
It was a bit longer than normal. It was like a little...
It was over 2 hours.
It was a little over 2 hours, yeah.
It felt every bit of it, too.
The beginning definitely moves fast and explains nothing. It was successful. It did good in the box office. It had an $80 million budget. It grossed almost $250 million worldwide. So it was pretty good.
Yeah. This movie upsets me.
I kind of find that surprising.
This movie actually just upsets me. It's too stupid to exist. That's why.
I get it. The concept is very dumb. The technology does not
technology. It's just the concept and what they expect you to believe is just too stupid. Right? This isn't sci-fi to the point of, oh yeah, starships travel faster than the speed of light. Whatever. This is, we're going to... The only thing I could think of as close to this at all was Elysium. Right? Where they literally just get in a pod and it just remolecularizes their entire body.
Yeah. But the problem is, this is just an action movie. And John Woo, like, it's not supposed to be a sci-fi movie. This isn't a sci-fi movie. That part you just have to separate from the movie. You just have to take that with a grain of salt. You can't go into this thinking, oh, I'm going to get some like cool sci-fi. Like, no, that's not what this movie's about. This is a 90s action movie.
I understand.
And you get cheesy action movie and over the top acting. And that's what you should expect. What you get.
There's plenty of cheesy action movies that use a sci-fi device in order to facilitate the story.
Yeah.
Right.
And all of those are just as horribly implemented too.
Demolition Man.
The only difference is that's set in the future. I bet you if I told you this takes place in the future, was supposed to take place in our time now, that you would probably like, okay, you wouldn't have an issue with this movie.
Yeah, I would.
I don't think so.
It's still a bit much. Even for that.
No, because they'd just be like, okay, they just guessed the technology wrong.
They're expecting you to just disbelieve too much. That's all. It's just too much.
I don't think so.
You know, it's supposed to be Freaky Friday, right? Basically.
Yeah. But you wouldn't watch a Freaky Friday movie and be like, oh, this is a good sci-fi movie.
No, but I guess what I'm saying is like, it would have been more believable to just say, we can swap your consciousnesses.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you just walk around and wear him as a skin suit.
Okay.
I would have believed that more than this. Right?
But I'm just saying, I think you're missing the point that you have to disbelieve that part of the movie to enjoy it.
No, I can't. I can't. It's beyond me. I can't.
Well,
I tried. I really tried.
But yeah, overall, whatever. It's not a bad movie. I enjoy it. Yeah, the concept's dumb, but I can't really fault it. It was entertaining. Hate meter, I'd probably just give it like a 3 out of 10. I can't hate this movie that much.
Man, if you're like a Nick Cage completionist, then you have to watch it. But other than that, God, I would say skip it. I mean, for me, it is really that bad. It's not, I don't hate it as much as some things just on principle, but it's right up there at like 7 or 8.
I'd say go watch this movie.
No.
Everyone deserves to watch this movie at least once. It's so over the top.
No. There's better over the top things. Like I said, Demolition Man. Just anything like that. Anything in that vein would have been better than this. But, God, yeah, movie's bad.
All right, well, I guess that's all we have to say about that. Let's hit us up.
Bad.
What?
My bad.
For what?
I don't like it.
That's fine. You have your own opinion. It's dumb, but you have your own opinion. We don't have to agree on shit. Yeah, just hit us up. Comments, Twitter, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what we have anymore. If anyone's even listening. But like, subscribe, comment. Hit us up on I don't know if anyone's ever seen your Twitter.
Hit us up on Facebook Messenger.
I don't think they can do that. That's not how that Facebook works. Thumbs up the video, comment.
Yeah.
We're on Spotify.